pu faire.
Hello everyone, welcome to the Cinematic Spellbook channel. Today, we're going to check out 8 of the most breathtaking and badass action movies. Number 8, Inside Man, Most Wanted.
What's your bottom line if you fail to reach an agreement?
The story kicks off when a group of thieves launches a well-planned heist on the Federal Bank of New York. But this isn't just any ordinary robbery. They're after a massive stash of gold hidden in the bank's vault since the Nazi era. The leader of the group is a smart and cool-headed woman named Ariella, who plans the heist with her sister, Eva. It turns out they're not just in it for the money, there's a deeper motive tied to a personal family vendetta. On the other side, the NYPD teams up with the FBI to form a special task force led by a skilled agent named Remy and a sharp psychologist named Stuart. Their mission is to rescue the hostages and stop the heist before it's too late. This is a gripping crime action film packed with twists and turns. Number 7, Stealing Raden Saleh. This movie is about a guy named Pico, an art student with a real talent for painting. His father is in prison for certain reasons, and to get him out, Pico decides to take a huge risk, stealing a famous painting from a government palace. He teams up with his hacker friend Yukap, and together they start gathering an elite crew, each member a pro in their own field. Their mission, to steal the arrest of the prince by Raden Saleh. But things take a turn when a former politician named Pramati double-crosses Yukap and takes the original painting for himself. Still, the crew doesn't back down. They come up with a new plan to take the real painting back. This film is packed with thrilling scenes, chases, fights, and emotional moments. Number 6, Jailbreak. This is a thrilling action movie about a group of cops assigned to escort a notorious criminal named Playboy to prison. At first, it seems like a routine job, but everything quickly spirals out of control. Playboy is ready to spill the truth. The real mastermind behind the crime syndicate is a powerful woman known as Butterfly. Once that secret's out, Butterfly puts a bounty on Playboy's head. As soon as the other inmates find out, chaos erupts. A full-blown prison riot kicks off, and now everyone's hunting Playboy to cash in on the reward. A few cops get trapped inside the prison, surrounded by violent criminals, and must fight to protect themselves and Playboy. This is an intense and high-octane film packed with expert fight scenes, unique martial arts moves, and dynamic cinematography that pulls the audience right into the action. Number 5, Rogue City.
Même bac à sable. On va tous morfler sur ce coup-là.
The story of this film follows a police unit in the city of Marseille, France. A brutal shooting takes place in a bar, leaving several people dead. Now, the case falls into the hands of a police team led by a tough and strict officer named Richard. But things don't go smoothly, violent gangs are growing in number, and there's widespread corruption and internal rivalry within the police force itself. Amid all the chaos, one of Richard's colleagues starts to spiral, making reckless decisions that only make things worse. In an attempt to regain control, Richard and his team take matters into their own hands. They organize an off-the-books operation using confiscated weapons to launch a raid. But this illegal move backfires, leading to even more trouble, and the tragic death of an undercover agent. This is a gritty and intense crime drama that dives deep into the murky world of law enforcement, morality, and the cost of crossing the line. Number 4, Master Z, The Ip Man Legacy. The story follows a martial artist named Tin Chi, who once fought Ip Man and lost. After that defeat, he decides to leave fighting and martial arts behind, choosing instead to live a quiet, simple life with his young son in Hong Kong. One day, he crosses paths with two women, Julia and Nana, who are on the run from a powerful crime boss. Tin Chi steps in to help them, but his involvement drags him back into trouble. The gang retaliates by burning down his shop, forcing him and his son to flee. As events unfold, Tin Chi discovers that things are much more serious than they seem. A dangerous drug cartel, led by a ruthless and wealthy foreigner, is operating in the city, and even the police are in on it. Tin Chi can't stand by and do nothing. He returns to martial arts and decides to stand up against corruption and brutality, facing off against a host of deadly, professional enemies. If you enjoy classic-style martial arts films with powerful fight scenes and a strong moral core, this movie is definitely worth watching. Number 3, Kill Zone 2. The story of this film revolves around Zhang, an undercover cop in Hong Kong who's assigned to infiltrate a human trafficking and organ smuggling ring. But the mission goes wrong, his cover is blown, and he gets captured. Without anyone knowing who he really is or why he's there, Zhang is secretly sent to a prison in Thailand. At the same prison, a guard named Cha is dealing with his own struggles. His young daughter is gravely ill and can only survive with an organ transplant. At first, Zhang and Cha are unaware of each other's situations, but they slowly uncover the truth. A corrupt criminal network is behind everything, and even the prison warden is involved. From this point on, the story explodes into intense action and brutal martial arts battles. Zhang fights to survive and bring down the syndicate, while Cha is desperate to save his daughter. In the end, they're forced to join forces and take the fight to the top, determined to destroy the entire operation. This is a gritty, high-impact action film packed with emotional stakes and hard-hitting fight scenes. Number 2, Overdose.
Citadelle de Carcassonne, ils y seront à 8h. Allez les gars, on y va!
Overdose is a thrilling French crime film that follows the story of two very different cops who are forced to work together. The plot centers around a female officer named Sarah, head of the narcotics division in the city of Toulouse. She's investigating a drug trafficking ring that uses high-speed cars to transport narcotics. During her investigation, two teenagers are mysteriously killed, and the case seems to be connected to the same cartel. Meanwhile, in Paris, another cop named Richard is working on the very same case. At first, Sarah and Richard clash. Their working styles are completely different, but they have no choice but to join forces to uncover the truth behind the operation. If you're into fast-paced action, car chases, shootouts, mystery, and the dynamic between two unlikely police partners, Overdose is the kind of movie that'll keep you hooked. Number 1, The Man from Nowhere. The story of this film revolves around a quiet and mysterious man named Cha, who runs a small shop in a rough neighborhood. He keeps to himself and doesn't talk much, clearly hiding a heavy past he doesn't want anyone to know about. The only person he's close to is a sweet and lively little girl named Somi, whose mother is a drug addict and barely takes care of her. Cha treats Somi like an older brother or even a caring father, and over time, they form a strong emotional bond. One day, Somi's mother gets caught up in a drug trafficking scheme, and both she and Somi are kidnapped by a criminal gang. From this moment on, Cha is forced to return to the violent and bloody world he left behind. It turns out he's not just an ordinary man, he's a highly trained former intelligence operative, and he's extremely dangerous. Now, Cha goes up against drug dealers, gangsters, and anyone who stands in his way in a relentless mission to save Somi. The film is packed with breathtaking and expertly choreographed action scenes. It's a gripping story full of tension, fights, and raw emotion, blending high-octane thrills with a deeply emotional core. Well, friends, that's it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe.